Good morning, everybody. Out here in the countryside with a couple of cars in the background there. It's now 5:45 a.m. Of course, pitch black out here. Absolutely pitch black, really is. Of course, yesterday the video that I was doing speaking about Conor Benn was pretty much about the fact that he admitted he failed a second test. So go check out that video. On this one, I'm going to talk about how, in his statement to, I forget what one it was, what newspaper it was that he spoke to, but he's saying how, firstly, he believes he's innocent. Anybody who knows him knows he doesn't lie, all that kind of good stuff, and he feels that potentially that for both of these tests, contamination of his food and water, and it was real minute trace amounts, which means that they weren't beneficial to him. Now, maybe the bits that were in his system when he tested positive were not beneficial, but what about the stuff beforehand? Because I'm hearing that this particular PED, or women's fertility drug, however, can be used as a masking agent for something else, a bit more sinister, shall we say. Now, as I said before, I don't know what to believe and what not to believe when it comes to people's evaluation of what certain things do and what they are. I don't know. But even if it's a trace amount, well, why is it there? Now, people say how could it be from eggs or chicken or something. Apparently there's a study in 2019 that suggested that is what could have been happening, but I don't know anything about that. But fact is, it was in his system. Why was it in his system? Twice. If, of course, we're to believe any kind of articles, that is actually the same fertility drug. But it's going to be very, very hard for him to explain this all away. And just asking people to believe him that he's innocent isn't going to be enough, is it? It just isn't going to be enough. Hey, you. What's the matter? Huh? Yeah. So it's going to be very, very hard for him to explain it away. Two times. Once, okay. Twice, it's not a good look, is it? Really not a good look. And I know that people already have their conspiracies out there about Eddie Hearn, Matchroom, they're going to cover for it and whatever else. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Even if, you see, Conor Benn is, because he's a Matchroom fighter, even if somehow he proves that he is innocent, and apparently that's something that he is going to be doing some interviews today, allegedly, but there's going to be a lot of people out there, nah, that ain't true, it's all a cover-up, they know what they're doing, all that kind of stuff, right? Definitely a PED cheat. But of course you do have to ask the question, that's twice that they found something in his system from VADA. How many times has he fought with these things in his system, and either A, he didn't know about it, or B, maybe he was tested, maybe it was found that he had something, and maybe it was brushed under the carpet. Because we're only finding out about all this stuff lately, aren't we? Because it was leaked to the press by what Eddie Hearn says, again apparently, the British Boxing Board of Control are the ones who done it. They're the ones who leaked it to the press. So, how many times has he or other fighters failed VADA tests and got away with it? How does the WBC not know about this, by the way? When he failed for a test that was taken in July, which they got the results back in August, the WBC are very, very quick to suspend people. Remember that when they were investigating Dini White, even though he passed VADA, the WBC suspended him, pending investigation. But they didn't do it with Conor Benn. They haven't done that. Nor has the WBA and whatever. Different strokes for different folks, I suppose. But it's going to be very, very hard for him to explain how this was contamination. And even if it trace amounts, because even his own doctor said a while ago, the Dr. Usman or whatever, said how there's ways of getting around it. You can take certain things at certain times of the day or night because Teslas don't turn up to your house between the hours of 11 p.m. and 7 a.m. So you can take things, get the benefits of it, and then it's out of your system by 7 o'clock in the morning. So maybe these trace amounts were there. Maybe, I don't know. And then I know Conor Benn said that these kind of things, if you take in this woman's infertility drug or whatever, it'd be in your system for months. Okay, I don't know about that. I mean, maybe he's right, maybe, but it ain't a good look for him. It really isn't a good look for him. And I want him to be innocent. I really, really want him to be innocent. I do. I want all fighters to be innocent. And I've heard people say how it's like a different energy. When it was Miller from me, it was a different energy when it's like Tyson Fury and whatever. No, you see, some of you will remember, but most of you are either new here or new to boxing, that I was actually defending Fury when he was going through that whole Nandalone situation. I was defending him, not necessarily saying that he hadn't done anything, but I was saying, let's give him a chance to prove it. Let's give him that chance. And I went in on the British Box Board of Control and UCAD for their handling over Fury. As for Miller, I didn't go in on Miller really until the fight was pulled and more evidence came out. I said, let's give him the opportunity. I always say, give people the opportunity, because I have bit before prematurely. I have done it, and I learned from that. So again, those who say that I'm quick to jump on Fury, I'm quick to jump on Miller and whatever else, no, I'm not quick to jump on anybody, so shut the fuck up. See, these people in their feelings, just emotional, because what they want me to do is go in on Conor Benn, condemn him before everything comes out. But at the minute, it's looking like he's going to be condemned by me and some other people, unless of course he can prove otherwise. And hopefully he does. I really, really want him to prove that this was accidental. That's what I want him to do. And hopefully a lot of you do as well. I know some people actually want him to have failed. They do, because he's a matchroom fighter. Right? But he does seem to be getting the headlines when other people don't get headlines. But the biggest question, which is really why I'm making this video, isn't necessarily about him saying how it's contamination, whatever. But is it about a witch hunt? Is it a case of other fighters are going through this? Maybe matchroom fighters, because again, matchroom have to be questioned on this. You were willing to brush it all under the carpet. So how many times has this happened where you have brushed it under the carpet and the public has never found out about it? How many times? Anyway, that's my thoughts. You drop me yours. I'm actually really tired now. Well, oh, there we go, just before 6 a.m. Yeah, right, anyway, I'm gonna go back home now. I'm tired, I'm getting cold. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you next video.